in the late 19th century, photography changed how we saw reality. It wasn't just a tool for memory. It was a weapon of persuasion. Advertisers and newspapers realized that an image could sell more than words ever could. Images replaced language as our primary way to understand what is real. What began with photo engraving now continues in our digital age, where every click and scroll is curated by images designed to manipulate trust. This was the birth of a new myth, not just about truth, but about authenticity itself. Now we do the same with artificial intelligence. We add subtle quirks to machine-generated voices, tiny pauses, awkward inflections, not because they sound more human, but because we've been conditioned to trust imperfection. Barthes called it that. Has been a feeling that something was real, even if it wasn't, in our rush toward the future. We keep building it on foundations of faked history. Every time we perfect the illusion, though, it begins to unravel. And when it does, the mechanical clock didn't just tell time. It rewired how we experience it. In medieval monasteries, it was a tool for spiritual discipline. Now it's the heartbeat of productivity. Time once followed nature and necessity. Now it follows industry and algorithms. Mechanical clocks standardized time into uniform seconds that could be sliced, scheduled, and sold. This shift didn't just change our calendars, it changed what we considered real. The more we perfect the illusion of humanity in machines, the more fragile the trust becomes. A perfectly behaved AI feels eerie, a little off. So engineers add quirks, pauses, typos, hesitant language. It's not about accuracy anymore. It's about comfort. We need these imperfections because they remind us what we're trying to simulate, even as we forget why we started.
Early automation wasn't about efficiency, it was about control and cutting corners. It left people out of work and set the stage for today's hollowed out middle class.
Let's take a detour into mid-20th century typesetting machines. These were among the first tools to promise total automation. No human needed, just electric precision. But look closer and something still feels off. A pause here, an awkward spacing there. The machine tried too hard not to be human. And that was where it failed. We want our technology to have soul, or at least something we recognize as such. In one clip, an operator sits idle as a machine types out text without intervention. But then the camera lingers on the floor. A loose sheet of paper is caught in the gears. The human wasn't gone at all. They were just made irrelevant. The illusion was perfect until it failed. And that failure, that glitch between artifice and reality, is what makes us remember we're being sold something.
Important social events are usually covered by society reporters in person. However, much of the news for the society is over the telephone.
We've always dressed history in costume to make it relatable. But now AI is not just faking a past. It's faking how we think authenticity works. The latest tools don't try to be flawless. They mimic imperfection, pixelated edges, glitchy speech, human like typos. Why? Because our brains associate these flaws with realness. What makes us trust something as genuine is not the truth itself, but a convincing echo of how we think truth should sound and look. Let's be clear. Father said photography is that, has been. It carries the weight of evidence. But now AI can generate images of moments that never happened, sounds of people who were never born. If authenticity used to be about proof of having been there, it's becoming a game where we play judge and jury for things with no origin at all. The past is no longer an anchor. It's a story we write in real time. We're not just creating ghosts. We're letting them into our homes. AI, voices with deliberate errors, chatbots that stutter to seem kinder. Postman warned us about technopoly. When we stop asking, why, and start accepting everything as a given. Now the future is selling us its own history, written in code that mimics what it means to be human. And we're buying it.